Hello, everyone, and welcome to NPA basketball, a highly anticipated showdown between Orangeville Prep and RNS. RNS is 2-2 on the season. Last game was a win over Royal Crown, who absolutely dominated in the last contest against CSJV. Now we have Orangeville Prep that is making its debut, Joe.
Yep.
And that's very, very exciting for people who know.
Highly anticipated,
right?
Yep, just like you said. And this isn't just the same Orangeville Prep team that you might have seen in the first semester of the season. They've added some new guys, one being Josiah Sutton, the class of 2025 point guard, number 24 that they've got starting right now, as well as another point guard named Elijah Duval, who's actually not suited up. He's dealing with an injury, but he's one of the top-ranked prospects nationwide. Again, he's from Florida, and he's a top prospect in that state, and they did a great job of bringing him over. A lot of international flavor on this Orangeville team, right? They got Munch, they're big. They've got a couple of guys.
There by Josh Kuluwala.
Yeah, him as well from Perth, Australia. So head coach Larry Blunt, first year on the job. And if you're familiar with Larry and his background, he's coached at Drake University. He coached at Oklahoma State back when Cade Cunningham was there. So he's coached at literally the high major level, and now he's come back to Orangeville, where he used to be an assistant, now a head coach running the show. Nice shot by Pharaoh Nation. Now running the show and doing a high-level job recruiting and coaching, and got a good one here. Excited.
Sutton getting things going here. He's Ibn Kuluwa. Finish no good. Gets it back and the foul. All the way from Australia, man.
Yeah.
So what a road trip.
Right off the bat, like his physical standout. He's got great length. He's got good size for his position. He was able to get inside. First shot didn't go, but second chance opportunity was there. Interested to see how he continues to develop here at Orangeville.
Rebound there by RNS, and they get off and running. This is Rainer Glenn.
Yeah. Rainer, definitely one of my favorite underrated prospects here in the NPA. Just a do-it-all type of guy. Versatile, skilled, high IQ. And that's the style of play that this RNS team plays. It's a very well coached by Damian Gay. Spread out offense with a lot of ball movement. Yep.
By Jack McMahon, gets the three to go from the corner. So fast pace here, Joe, early.
I like it.
Pharaoh Nation, maybe one of the coolest names I've ever heard in my life.
Seriously, like forget basketball, like just straight up names,
just the
he's
name.
up there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sutton with the rebound, and he's pushing. Ooh, gets tripped up there.
By Munch.
Sutton relocates, nice. McMahon for three, they're moving the ball, no good. Rebound, Nation, layup, gets it to go. And so we're seeing early on the tempo has been incredible in this game.
Yep.
McMahon, good defense there. Josh swinging it.
Kenny short.
With the air ball there. Rainer Glenn to Nation.
For teams that aren't very familiar with RNS, they actually got a big W over Royal Crown in the first session of the season.
Yep.
Again, out of New Brunswick. There's Nation short on the three. But they really have a very guard-oriented offense with Titus Heron and Pharaoh Nation. Those guys can get out, score 20 to 30. They've done it. They're fast-paced guards that set their guys up. John Ipatokin, high-level athletic wing for RNS. I talked about Rainer Glenn early. They got Greg Dorsey inside, and they've got some pretty good depth as well that come off the bench.
And that's a traveling call. Turnover by Orangeville. Titus Heron inbounding the...
And Orangeville looking a little thin on their bench. A little short-handed here, so good opportunity for the guys that are playing to step up in a big way.
Josh with the steal, they're pushing. Orangeville loses the ball, Sutton recovers. Josh with the finish inside. Josh's length very easily.
Yep.
Showing it off here.
You can get a lot of easy points at that size just by making yourself available, right? Just high-level rim running. Have
especially
good hands.
At this age, like you see.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Big time.
Big shot there by Livingston. He gets that to go. Sutton breaks it down. McMahon. Munch back inside and gets the finish.
Soft touch inside.
Faro Nation very slow to bring it up, but setting it up here. Heron to Livingston. All the way, takes the contact and finishes through. So even the length of Josh not really bothering Livingston there. Jonah Munch putting the ball on the floor. I like when a big can do that, but obviously just as soon as I say that, he gets a travel call.
Yeah, but I like the freedom from the coaches allowing them to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because then you can really see the versatility of a player. And if you have a coach in the building, which I know there are a couple low-key ones, some U Sport coaches in the house. Shout out Brock University. They're always doing a good job of making their presence felt, trying to recruit at the U Sport level. But just having that ability and the freedom to showcase your versatility as a player, it can be like, well, okay, look, he's already got the size checked off. And he can do things like put it on the floor and shoot it. You're looking at a pretty interesting prospect in Johan Munch.
Heron tries to find him. Can't, and that's a turnover. Sutton pushing it. Sutton. Can't get it to go.
I like that from Sutton to push the pace there in the fast break. That's what he does, man. He's a quick guard, makes quick decisions. Similar to some of the guards we saw for Royal Crown in the last game. He's definitely at that level as a point guard. Sutton
to Josh, dribble handoff here. It's a #1, that's a Talk McCurr. McMahon back to McCurr. McCurr also, feisty guard that can get downhill, as he does here. Shot clock violation though. Good defense by RNS. Oh, excuse me, it's actually Torian Lee, that's my fault.
Yeah, Torian Lee out of British Columbia. There's McCurr, right on cue, #2. So they got 1 and 2. Actually, both these guys, I got a chance to see at Canada Basketball Nationals. McCurr with Manitoba, Lee with British Columbia. So again, that recruiting part of Orangeville, they've done a good job of recruiting, not only, like we said, internationally, but then coast to coast.
Great steal by Sutton here. He goes all the way and finishes.
Turned on the Jets. And he's the type of guard, where once he gets in the lane, he can punch. Like, I've seen him punch it on defenders, like bigs too. Like, he gets up there.
Great defensive activity by Orangeville here. Almost gets the steal, and then they do. And it's going to be a foul call. So a lot of pressure on the defensive end by Orangeville.
It's a good game, man.
Yep.
Wish we had popcorn.
We don't have popcorn?
Nah, maybe make a couple calls. Mike Dotto, I know you're listening.
Yeah. At least a Nutri-Grain bar, come on.
Hey, they actually got those outside. They got apples, coffees. They're taking care of us here at Ridley College.
Absolutely.
Man, shout out to our hosts. Beautiful facility, beautiful campus.
Nice dump off, but a little bit too high there.
Yep. So Talk McCurr for Orangeville, who recently just checked in. I'm a big fan of his. Class of 2025 guard with length. He can break guys down with the dribble. He plays quick. He plays with a confidence.
Another foul call here. So it'll be sideline inbounds.
Here's Lee.
Torian Lee asking for the pick and roll. Wants a pick. Might get it. Here's Josh setting it. Torian settling into a nice mid-range jump shot. No good.
I like that shot, though. It's a good shot. Get to your spot.
Seems like it'll be Orangeville ball still. It will be sideline. Torian shakes off the defender. Wants another pick and roll here. Dribble handoff instead. McCurr. Josh. Nice backdoor cut by Torian Lee. And couldn't get that one to go, but nice ball movement by Orangeville. That was Jack McMahon with the 3-point shot.
Yeah, he can really shoot that thing too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he catches fire as well.
It's number 5 for RNS, Zachary White.
Gonna be a good game, man.
Back and forth so far.
Yep.
McCurr, lots of pressure by RNS. That's Rainer Glenn putting the clamps on him. McCurr escapes. McMahon for 3. No good. It's going to be Orangeville. Actually, it'll be RNS ball. So 11-10 so far into this first quarter. The defense has been a factor. The offense for both of these teams starting to fill it out, right?
Yep. Been a back and forth affair.
Here's Glenn. Settles into a mid-range jumper, off the mark. That's going to be a jump ball, so it'll be Orangeville ball.
Thing with RNS is they've played a bunch of games in the NPA already, and they're a lot easier to scout as opposed to this Orangeville team who they've added a bunch of new guys. This is obviously their season debut. So not really knowing much to expect. Of course, you can have a general understanding just of the games they played in the OSBA, grind session, and obviously now being in the Nike League as well, which is a great opportunity, man. I love that. The fact that they're getting games streamed on NBA's YouTube and this whole EYBL system now that's kind of bled into the prep scene now down in the States is just more eyes on high school basketball on both sides of the border, which is nothing but a W for the game, right?
Absolutely.
We're working to get it to that point here in Canada. That's why we want to provide these live streams for these games to make it feel like they're playing in a high-level exposure environment.
That's Jack Livingston. No good, though. Kenny, no good, off the mark. Livingston pushing, looking, floater, no good. Rebound, it's saved by Orangeville. Pharaoh Nation, nice pass and a finish. Emphatic by John Ikpotikin, excuse me.
Man, he's had some highlights in the first session where you could already make, like we said this by the end of the first session, we were like, you can already make a crazy mix of his highlights. Like he had a poster dunk, he had some chase down blocks. He's just a freak athlete, class of 2025. And his skill set is a lot more developed than you would think for a player with that type of explosiveness. Like he can shoot it, he can shoot off the dribble. Like he's got pretty solid footwork. And you can really put it together under the tutelage of Coach Damien Gay and RNS and what they've been able to do in terms of producing prospects when you look at guys like Kellen Tynes at Maine University, as well as guys like Sam Alamutu at Vermont. Like they've gotten guys to the next level, and I think he can really be one of their next big pieces. Like I'm very high on him, and not a lot of people know about him yet.
Torian Lee, nice little pick and roll action. Kick out, corner 3,
Kaboom.
and that is good.
There's Jack.
Jack McMahon again with another 3. Now RNS trying to answer back. Here's Livingston. Dump off.
Travel.
That's Dorsey, and that's going to be a travel call there. So the big man, too many steps.
Yeah, it looks like they almost like pulled the chair there too. Crafty move on by the defender.
So they're allowing Josh, the big man, to bring up the ball here. I love that. I love that they're allowing that to happen. It's part of the game now, right? You look at Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren in the NBA. Bigs being able to put the ball on the floor, much like Munchdown.
Yep.
Again, an offensive foul, but you like the idea.
Charge. Yeah, no, for sure. You always hear the term positionless basketball. I'm not sure if we're quite there yet, because then you would have 6'2" guys playing center and vice versa, even though there is some cases in vice versa.
Yeah, Drew Holiday is guarding Joel Embiid.
That's true. On the defensive end, they can do it. And even guys like Bruce Brown, sometimes Raptors want to put him in the dunker spot, whatever the case is. But I think it's more so position fluid basketball, where you can just allow guys to explore and not box them in. That's really what it's all about.
And you know what? Speaking of boxing him in, as Livingston tries to get it here, nice block by Munch, but you have to be able to let these guys explore.
Nice
as Munch
rim run.
explores the lane.
Holy
Throw down.
smokes. Got the block on one end, sprinted down, dunk with the left.
Yep. And the answer back there by number 2, that is Titus Heron.
Yeah, I've heard people rave about Munch's rim protecting ability with his length and his timing.
Munch
stretching the floor now, right?
That's what you want, right?
Yep.
Big man who can, protect the rim on one end and also stretch the floor for you.
Definitely a lot of intrigue to his game. Definitely a player that's already has been getting looks at the Division I level since the start of the season. I can only imagine where that's going to continue to grow.
That level of versatility at that size really pops out initially.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And doing this at this age, I mean, the ceiling is the roof, as
That's
they say,
the thing, because there's things you can teach, there's things you can't teach. You can't teach size, but with that type of size, you can teach to continue to improve the skill set, learn the game, different types of things, right? So it's very interesting when you look at upside.
Dribble handoff, little
Nice
backdoor
look.
action.
Foul called.
But you like the idea, Joe. You like the idea.
Nice look by Nation. I think maybe a little higher on the lob would have allowed Dorsey not to have to kind of reach back for that. But like either way, they're getting to the line. Nice execution by RNS.
Nice little ATO. Dorsey misses the first free throw. Second free throw coming up. It is 16-15. Orangeville Prep up. Low scoring game, but great intensity on the defensive end. You see both teams getting at it.
This is what you want to see.
Dorsey can't tie it, and it'll be RNS basketball. And so RNS here with a chance to maybe go into the second quarter with the lead. Heron, three-pointer, corner, gets it to go.
That's what he does.
I spoke that one into existence.
Yeah, I think you did, man. I love his game, man. I love his game.
Sutton, final possession of the first quarter. McMahon, no good.
5 seconds.
Dorsey almost loses it. Heron pushes, stealed by Sutton. Sutton.
Shoot it.
Does he get it off in time? No, he
That's
doesn't.
a tricky thing. The scoreboard's on the other side of the court, so they have to like mentally be able. But hey, that's
figure out the timing.
Having that mental awareness is a part of the game, right? So, great quarter, man. We're
very
gonna
good.
Take a quick break. You don't want to miss the rest of this one.
Welcome back to Ridley College NPA, not NBA, almost NBA basketball, NPA basketball on the way. RNS and Orangeville battling it out. Really good first quarter of basketball. If you've tuned in, these two teams have really executed both game plans well. Defense has been phenomenal on both sides. A lot of highlight plays, a couple dunks. It's been a good one, Joe.
Yeah, for sure. Very entertaining first quarter. RNS came to play, making the trip from New Brunswick. Shout out to anyone from Atlantic Canada tuning in. If you're watching from over there.
Get them lobster tails.
Yeah, oh man. they usually have a great support base, this team. Usually they're well-traveled. If they're not well-traveled, they're engaging online.
McCurr assessing his options offensively. Dancing. Here's McMahon. Backdoor, no good. Josh, DHO. McCurr reverses it. Goes downhill. McCurr, lefty finish on the right side. Very nice job by Atak McCurr. Heron. Dribble handoff there. They double. Heron for three, and he gets it to go. Titus Heron shooting the lights out here so far into this game.
And that game against Royal Crown earlier in the season where they won, I got to make that. He might have had 7 threes, I think. He had 7 threes. Farrell probably had like 4 or 5. Like
he has
it
3
was a crazy
already.
Game. Like
already.
Man.
So Titus Heron with 10 points already, 3 threes, and he's keeping RNS humming right now. Rainer Glenn
And
looking for Heron.
Titus might only be about 5'9", 5'10", but just a crafty lefty that can shoot the lights out. He's a dog.
Livingston looking for Wasserman. Kicks it out to Ikpatokin, who takes the 3 and he doesn't make it. Heron tries to get it, and it's going to be Orangeville ball. So Orangeville Prep, an undermanned team right now, only 8 deep, but you know, I would say that's sort of an advantage for them too. Everybody stays fresh, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have another game tomorrow, so that should be good. They're actually 7 deep.
Oh right.
Yeah, because they got Duval on the bench. He's not playing, but he's sitting there beside the guys. So
Josh on the inside kicks it out, and that's tipped out. It's gonna be Orangeville once again. RNS head coach telling him to make sure to watch on the corner.
Vocal is an understatement for Damian Gay. You got to love that, man. Love his coaching style. Militant with it.
McMahon. Ooh. And he gets the fade. That nice
soft
shot.
touch, man. He's been a guy that's been with the program for a while now. Moving him up now.
Rainer. Blind to Livingston. Floater. No good. Strong. Rebound. McCurr pushing. Oh. Ooh, nice shake. Gets in the inside. McMahon for the 3. Gets it to go. And McMahon once again. And Atak McCurr with the nice pass to find McMahon in the corner. Some zone defense here from Orangeville. It's going to be a walk. You got to put the ball down before you move your feet. Jonah Munch subbing back into the game. Excited to see the big man flourish. And it'll be a timeout by Orangeville. We'll be back in a second. Second quarter action picking up from here. And we're back. NPA. Torian Lee looking for Munch, thinks about it, doesn't take it. Kenny for three, no good. Rainer Glenn, dribble handoff, Livingston for three, and he gets that to go. So quick offense for RNS here as they take back the lead in the second quarter. A lot of ball pressure right now, working that half-court press. Torian Lee asking for a pick and roll here. Settles into a pull-up jumper. Doesn't get it to go. Torian Lee a couple times trying to get the pick and roll going. Doesn't convert, but good idea there. Here's Livingston for RNS. Rainer Glenn assessing his options. Dorsey in the post. Oh, excuse me, not Dorsey.
There's Dorsey.
There we go. That's Dorsey, and he loses it. Munch pushing it in transition. Torian Lee running. That's going to be a foul call. You can see the size of Jonah Munch at the free throw line. Waiting to see what the word is here. Waiting for some substitutions.
I still think about that play earlier that Munch had. We blocked it on the defensive end.
Pushed it down.
Sprinted down.
Yeah.
Caught. Left hand slam. About 6'10", 6'11".
So Pharaoh Nation in for Rainer Glenn. Munch at the free throw line. Chance for two. Gets the free throw as Sutton comes back into the game for Orangeville. You know, a lot of subs in this one just because Orangeville has 7 available to them. So, going to be the way it goes today.
Quick rotations.
Yep.
Get a quick rest,
Nation,
come back
nice pass, but that's picked off by Sutton.
Nice hands.
Sutton to Lee. Lee looking, assessing, trying to find one of his shooters. Back to Sutton. They're swinging the ball with purpose here. Lee trying to find a look, doesn't get it. Kenny inside the lane, no good. Josh the rebound, and another foul call on RNS.
I've seen Kenny light it up before. He's a scorer that can get it going. So he's missing some pretty good looks right now. Keep taking them.
Yep. Confidence is a big thing for a shooter, right?
For sure.
Got to get that confidence in your shot. And the foul, Pharaoh Nation on Jack McMahon, and Pharaoh Nation's asking for maybe some communication from the rest of his teammates, but McMahon going to the free throw line. So Jack McMahon here, 11 points, make that 12 in 13 minutes.
Yeah, he's the high man
really
this
light
game.
it up, yeah. Orangeville takes back the lead. It is 27 to 25. Gets the second one to go as well. So Orangeville with a 3-point lead midway through this second quarter. Not a lot of separation from either team as Pharaoh Nation kicks it. Livingston back on the perimeter, looking, surveying, nothing there.
Nice D by Orangeville.
Nation taking it upon himself and recovers the ball. Livingston heave.
Oh, wow.
They're going to reset here. Interesting call from the officials, but we'll take it. RNS going to inbound on this side. Zach White inbounding, looking for Pharaoh Nation, and he finds him. Farrow trying to take it all the way. Lefty gets the block or the foul call. That's going to be 2 shots for Farrow.
Put his head down that time, got to the rim.
I love when a guard can attack the paint like that.
For sure.
Very, very big fan of guys who can apply rim pressure, because once you can apply that rim pressure, then your shooters are more open, right? There's going to be more gravity. That's why a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the NBA, right? He dominates because he drives the ball relentlessly.
Exactly.
And he creates a lot of open shots for his teammates. Nation knocks down both.
And it helps when you can shoot it like Farrow as well, because then the defense has they can't go under any screens. Like, they got to respect your shot. Exactly.
Yep.
Those are my favorite type of point guards that check every single box and do a lot of everything.
Yeah. Multi-dimensional guard, as they say. Zone defense here from RNS. McCurr trying to break it down off the dribble. Doesn't. Josh on the inside. Zone breaker to McMahon, and he gets it to go. Another 3 for Jack McMahon, which makes it 15 points for him in this first half.
Yeah. Have yourself a game. Orangeville is now taking a 5-point lead, and it looks like their pressure
White to Livingston
all the way up.
No good, and a lot of contact there, and it's going to be a foul call. Josiah Sutton, number 24 on Orangeville.
He's a dog, man.
Really highly touted prospect.
Yep, class of 2025. Definitely on a short list. We're talking about the top guards in that class. Recently came back to Canada after playing prep down in the States. Now he's back in Orangeville doing his thing.
Sutton looking, finding. It's going to be a foul on Rainer Glenn. So, going to be another foul here on RNS. So that's going to be 5, and going to the free throw line. Misses the first. So Kenny off to a slow start here. Missed a few shots, misses a couple free throws, and now RNS with a chance to capitalize. Here's Heron back into the game. Heron, Nation, Farrow Nation assessing, seeing what's out there. Tries to get downhill. Heron splits the double. Nice.
Probably could have went up earlier.
Yeah.
Get the foul call, though. Nice patience.
A little bit of a bailout call there, but I'll take it. So Orangeville prep coach telling Josh to stay vertical. That's really hard, especially in the paint when you're taking on the contact. It's always a challenge for the bigs, right? Especially at this level, to be physical, have that contact level, but also not foul and try to stay vertical.
Yeah, for sure. There's a talk.
Talk McCurr breaking down the low press. He's asking for the pick. Little slip reject. Josh for 3. No good. But the right idea there from Orangeville.
And it doesn't look bad at all in terms of his shooting stroke.
Yeah,
right?
That's fair. Yeah.
Like, at that size.
Maybe want quicker mechanics.
Yeah. Probably a little more straight, thinking 12 to 6 on a clock type of thing. Having that straight line trajectory as opposed to hitching on either side. But that just comes with reps, man, and again, the confidence and freedom to be able to shoot it in a game.
Absolutely, and that's the main thing we've noticed here from Orangeville so far, is that they, positions aren't really dictating what they can and can't do on the floor. You see Josh, the big man, taking the 3, Jonah Munch earlier. A lot of fluidity there positionally.
Yep.
Farrow Nation off the Pick and roll, gets it to go, takes the contact, and so Pharaoh Nation feasting on the inside here so far. A lot of pressure from RNS. Torian Lee. Here's McMahon. The hot hand.
Hey.
Torian Lee, nice little hezzy and
Tough.
finds Josh and
you gotta finish that.
doesn't get it to go. Can't get the second chance, and Heron's pushing. Ikpatoken to Heron, back to Nation. Heron, nice job getting inside, and the two lefties connecting again. I really love the guard play between Heron and Nation, just playing next to each other.
And that finish is tougher than it looks, especially at that size. He's kind of fading to the left.
The poke out here. Great job by Heron. Little semblance of SGA on that. Atak McCurr.
Shout out to SGA, all-star starter.
Yes, sir.
Hamilton's very own.
His lead to Kenny. Back to McMahon. Josh, they're surveying. McCurr thinks about it.
Oh,
and that's going to be a
good call.
Yeah, that was a very clear carry there by Atak McCurr.
Right in the ref's view, too.
Yeah. And so a couple of possessions here for Orangeville where they were undecided, maybe a little too hesitant on the offensive end, and RNS's defense is doing a good job of pressuring them into tough looks.
Nice pass.
Nation gets another one to go, and Pharaoh Nation with 9 points in this one. McMahon, Torian Lee. Sutton back into the game, gets all the way in and finishes. Josiah Sutton showing off his craft, getting downhill and finishing. Great pressure there by Orangeville. They escape. Nation. Kick out, Rainer Glenn thinks about it, doesn't take it. Heron, nice little hezzy, gets downhill, the floater, no good. That's gonna be RNS basketball.
That's gonna stay here. Nice aggressive take. Couldn't get it to go, but it's what you need. And it looked like as Orangeville might have been gaining a little momentum, RNS has responded.
Loose ball, they're fighting for
Rainer.
it. Rainer gets it, and Heron, 4-3, gets it to go. Titus Heron lighting it up here early, 12 points and counting for RNS.
Man, he's cold, man.
Something about lefty shooters, man.
Yeah, it's harder to guard.
Harder to
Southpaw.
contest, yeah, exactly.
It's like boxing.
So Orangeville working through the post here, trying to find some options. Josh in the middle, nothing there. Kenny looks, nice dump off to Josh.
Oh, nearly punched it.
Almost punched it. Good look from Kenny there to find his teammate, but unable to finish that one.
Nice rim protection from John. Again, we've talked about the type of defensive plays that he's made throughout the season.
Yeah.
Just speaks to his upside.
Heron again.
That looked off right, yeah. Less
Torian
than a
Lee.
minute.
Pushing, Sutton, closeout,
Nice
attacks
blow by.
it, nice reverse.
Wow, that first step.
Very, very quick.
Oh, man.
You can't close out hard
guard.
on him,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Rainer Glenn looking at his options and see if they can find anything. Pharaoh Nation coming off of a couple pin downs, doesn't find anything, but they get it to Nation again. He settles into a mid-range jumper, and he makes it. Pharaoh Nation is absolutely cooking so far.
That's what these guys do, man. Those two guards for RNS are a handful for any team in the country. I don't care who you are, they're a handful.
Sutton, he's also
Nice
a handful, and Ikpatoken with the
Wow.
block.
Whew, what a half.
And so it is an awesome half of basketball so far in this game. RNS leads 39-37. We will be back for second half of action between Orangeville Prep and RNS.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered platform designed to provide maximum exposure and growth opportunities for Canadian basketball at all levels, starting with grade 5 students all the way to the NBA. The foundation of the blueprint begins with our strategic partners, the Playground Global, who provide world-class basketball facility access for Canadian basketball programming nationwide. The NPH Showcase League is an introduction to our ecosystem, an exposure platform for club programs all across Canada to experience a competitive, developmental, and positive environment. All year round, this league reaches the players, coaches, parents, and the Canadian basketball community at large. This provides a great opportunity for sponsors to tap into a rapidly growing market and demographic within the high volume of foot traffic. The NPH Showcase Camp is our identification platform, focusing on finding the hidden basketball talent Canada has to offer and guiding them to that next level. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH National Rankings, where player profiles are created, acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from NBA experienced skill trainers. The Game Speaks Combine acts as the elite, invitational-only camp that provides every player an opportunity to measure their talent up against the best prospects in Canada. A 2-day event of skill testing, pro-level drills, and NBA-style combine, with the ultimate goal of securing scholarships. Top performers raised their stock and are now elevated on a national scale to strengthen their recruitment opportunities. The Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. Since 2015, the CNIT brings over 100 top-tier club programs from around the world to compete for the national crown. The CNIT is Canada's only NCAA-certified tournament that takes place during a live period where NCAA coaches are eligible to recruit prospects in person. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top basketball prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the Canadian basketball ecosystem and the elite-level NPH League, the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is at the top of our internal programming and quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Involving strategic prep programs nationwide, the NPA prides itself on delivering a national platform to showcase the different playing styles, characteristics, and unique talent each province has to offer. All North Pole Hoops sanctioned events include exposure services that help propel and aid players on their recruitment mission. From individual player mixtapes that showcase the unique characteristics of that athlete, to our mentorship program, which helps families navigate within the basketball landscape and connect players to prep and post-secondary coaches. Using the intel gathered after identifying the top prospects within our ecosystem, NPH provides a bridge in the form of a scouting service for post-secondary programs looking to recruit. Since 2011, North America's top universities rely on NPH's highly experienced national and regional scouts for intel on prospects on and off the court. Outside of America, Canada is the #1 producer of talent in the world, with over 20 Canadians in the NBA. NPHC
Welcome back to NPA basketball, and a very tight game between Orangeville and RNS. Orangeville making their debut here in the NPA. RNS 1-1 so far on the season. Last win over Royal Crown.
Yeah, they came out guns blazing too. Their guards, Farrow, Titus. Yep. We always talk about how pivotal they are to their offense.
Big spark for Orangeville is Jonah Munch.
Yeah.
showing off his versatility so far and at the free throw line as well.
Yeah, as well as Josiah Sutton. Steady point guard.
Rainer Glenn assessing his options. Pharaoh Nation and Titus Heron really dominated in that first half. And there's a turnover by Nation.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be zoned in on them now.
Yep.
Can't let them get comfortable. Can't get them as shooters. You don't want to let them get too much airspace.
Speaking of airspace, Jack McMahon lit up.
Yeah, can't
lit
forget
up in that
about
first
him.
half.
Yeah.
I believe he had 15 points.
Yeah, he can shoot it with the best of them as well.
And so you're looking at an Orangeville team that is only 7 deep in this game. Quick rotations, quick subs. They're playing their guys. It's going to be a long game, but you know, as long as they manage minutes, they should be able to have their legs under them. Here's Sutton to Munch. Nice little spin. Can't get it to go. Ooh. Didn't really get off the ground there.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of.
And he's got some inches on Dorsey as well.
Yeah. Thought that was good defense by Dorsey for the most part, but I guess not good enough. And Dorsey talking to the referee about that little, you know, maybe an offensive foul, right? So Munch back at the line. Orangeville up 1, maybe up 2 after this one. And yes, they are. So substitution. We got John Ikpatokin back into the game for RNS. Some nice rim protection from Ikpatokin earlier in the game. Really flashing his versatility on the defensive end. And Pharaoh Nation looking, assessing. Rainer Glenn.
Got away
back
with the
to
travel.
Nation. 3 ball, no good. And Josh cleans up the rebound. Kenny pushing. Sutton to Munch. Nice little spin off. And ooh, I thought that was a clean block by Ikpatokin, but I guess Munch back to the free throw line. So Jonah Munch's length is really stirring things up on the offensive end. He's been to the free throw line 3 times so far in this second half.
Yep. And his presence on the defensive end, right? Like when we talk about rim protection, when we talk about weak side help defensive capabilities and the things that he can do and the space that he can cover with his length and how mobile he is as well as a big man. And then offensively, showcasing that soft touch as well. So
Orangeville up 4 after a pair of free throws by Munch. Pharaoh Nation, it seems as though Orangeville's defense is picked up here. They're keying in on the guards of RNS as Nation gets into the paint. Nice little dump off and the finish. Emphatic dunk by Greg Dorsey off of the pass by Pharaoh Nation.
All set up by Pharaoh. Nice finish though by Dorsey.
Munch looking on the inside, doesn't find anything. Back to Munch in the post. Nice little spin, and he gets it to go. Counted in the foul, and so Jonah Munch is taking over here in the third quarter. Getting to the free throw line, using his ability to spin off in the post, really showing his dynamism there. So that'll be timeout for RNS. Want to talk things over, maybe talk about Jonah Munch and how they might be able to stop him. We'll be back talking about the NPA. We're back here at Ridley College, Orangeville Prep, showing out here in the third quarter, especially Jonah Munch. And Joe, I gotta ask you, what would you do to stop Jonah Munch, who has gotten to the free throw line now 4 times here in the third quarter?
Well, I think on that last play, for one, Dorsey overcommitted for a bit, and he made him pay. Munch did, and we were just talking about it on the break. Because I think you'd put someone like John Ipatoken on him. He's got quicker foot speed. You can keep up with him, maybe make him a little more uncomfortable, get low, bump him around a bit, and there he is on the offensive end.
Josiah Sutton battling, and he gets it. Great hustle there from Sutton. Lee now looking. Nice screen by Munch. Pick and roll action. Lee assessing his options here, seeing what the defense gives him. McMahon for 3. He can light it up, and he does. Great 3. I mean, just the shooting stroke from him has been awesome tonight. So Jack McMahon has 19 points in this game.
Yeah. Pharaoh Nation just responded with a 3 himself. Good double.
They're helping, trapping. You see the corner. They missed Torian Lee in the corner. They find him now, little pick and roll. Munch on the alley-oop, but can't get it, actually. That's going to be Orangeville ball. Actually, excuse me, RNS ball. So 49-44, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Orangeville has established themselves in the interior, just showing their size, especially with Jonah Munch. Now with Munch on the bench, let's see if RNS can capitalize. Here's Rainer Glenn, the big guard. Dribble handoff to Heron. Heron looking for his shot, can't find it. Livingston dumps it off to Dorsey, but Sutton steals it. Torian Lee now looking. Nice little pass, but gets picked off by Ikpatoken. Almost picked up by Lee, and that's going to be a foul on Lee. And so a lot of discussion on the RNS bench here, talking about their game plan, how they can maybe establish themselves here in this third quarter. Rainer Glenn. Ikpatoken to Heron. Ikpatoken takes the 3 and doesn't go, but
Seen him knock that down before.
yeah. Good stroke, too. Good looking stroke.
Yeah. 5-point lead for Orangeville. Great response coming out of the half by Coach Larry Blunt in Orangeville, especially with their short-handed bench.
Absolutely.
Right? Only got 7 guys available tonight. Of course, star point guard, recent commit Elijah Duval, unavailable for this one, but we might see him tomorrow.
And that's going to be a travel on Dorsey. So Dorsey has struggled in this game, at least in the third quarter a little bit, dealing with Munch on the defensive end and offensively just not getting what he needs to there. But talk to me about Duval. Where do you, I mean, what do you see from him, you know, expecting from him this weekend? I know he's not playing today, but obviously a big part of this Orangeville team.
For me, it's honestly more so seeing, okay, this is a guy, he's from Florida, and he's a highly ranked prospect. He's been pretty known on some high-level radars. And from what I've heard, he might be the top point guard in the state of Florida when he was playing there. So for me, I'm more so interested to seeing how that level of talent stacks up to the Canadian prospects we have here. Is he going to come in and dominate? Is he going to come in and just blend in and just be as good as the guys here? I'm really interested to see the type of level he can take this Orangeville team to, especially when they're full power. I really think they can compete with anybody. Like, we're even talking about the Fort Eries, because they've got the depth, they've got the skill, they've got the coaching, and they're not even full power. So
yeah, and we're seeing how they can lock in on the defensive end. Just now you see the turnover by Heron, but ultimately this team, you know, gets down. The schematics are there for them to be really good on the defensive end. You see the talent, the size, the physicality that they can bring, and the quickness of their guards at the point of attack. There's a lot to be intrigued about with this Orangeville prep team. Sutton on the wing looking for Munch. Munch has been a problem all quarter. Dorsey tries to get it, and he does. That's a turnover by Orangeville. So RNS with a stop, and it'll be a timeout for RNS as they want to talk things over. Orangeville up 51-44. We'll be back here at Ridley College. We are back, NPA basketball at Ridley College. It has been an awesome one here from, the gymnasium here, Orangeville Prep versus RNS. Joe Musa joining me.
Been a great first game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or first day, sorry, of this session.
Yeah. Livingston looking, and that's going to be a double dribble. And so the offensive side of the ball, RNS not, communicating well, if you will say. Torian Lee, Tim Kerr, inside, nice little wedge screen, and he gets that to go. So they're going to count the basket and the foul.
Interesting. So the foul was off the ball around the time he dunked it.
Yeah, so a nice cross screen there to get Josh open. Josh gets the dunk to go, and they're going to count the bucket.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're not going to count the bucket here.
Looks like I feel like they're going to count it, but no foul, maybe, or.
So a technical on the RNS coach. Some unhappy spectators here.
He said he's coaching. It's true.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
We need this intensity.
Yeah, absolutely. Some clarification here. I believe the technical foul shot will be by Kenny. Owen Kenny. And so they're disputing this technical foul call, but we're still unsure if that basket, that dunk, counted. It's not added to the scoreboard yet, so still a lot of discussion.
He's upset about something, so I feel like they
either counted it or they didn't, right?
Yeah.
And so as we await the call here, just to kind of give you a rundown of who's been dominating and who hasn't. Johan Munch, 16 points, killing it on the inside. Jack McMahon, 19 points, shooting the lights out. On the RNS side, Titus Heron, 15 points. Pharaoh Nation, 14 points. And Greg Dorsey, 11 points. So No, a lot of contributors here. It's been a close one. Still a lot of time for RNS to maybe win this game. And so they do count the basket. The technical foul shot does not go. And so they are counting the basket. The foul didn't count on that point. So there we go.
Yep.
Wipe our hands.
Let's
Clean
go.
slate.
Let's play ball.
Let's play some basketball. RNS down 9. And the trap coming. Floater not there, and Orangeville just takes it away.
Nice outlet
Torian
pass.
Lee for 3. No good.
RNS needs to stop the bleeding.
Yep. Nice pass there. So that's going to be a foul. I believe that's on Kinney. McMahon coming back into the game for Kenny. Livingston trying to find something on the corner, doesn't. Zach White taken away by McCurr. Now they're pushing. Orangeville all the way, finds McMahon. Torian Lee for 3. No good.
Off right.
So a couple of missed shots here from Torian Lee. You like the looks, but just not falling.
Yeah, maybe after a couple, you look to put it on the floor.
Yep. Battle inside and the finish. That was Aaron Wasserman. Count it and the foul, so he cuts the Orangeville lead down to 7. With a chance to cut it to 6 at the free throw line. So a couple of substitutions for RNS as their lead guards come back in. Titus Heron, Pharaoh Nation. Combined 30 points for those two.
Yeah, they're going to need to be
They're going
big.
to need more. Yeah, they're going to need more.
Down the stretch of this game, and they're more than capable of doing that.
Wasserman. Free throw is good, and the lead is 6 for Orangeville. So RNS clawing back in here. Let's see if they can cut the lead to finish this quarter. Josh. Nice backdoor cut, but that's taken away. RNS
Get
pushing.
up.
Ikpatokin finishes.
You don't want to be put on a poster.
Maybe I do, Joe. Maybe
you
I
do. Interesting. So why don't you get down under the rim when John and Patokin's coming down? I'm gonna do that for you.
And Josh finds McCurr in the corner. McCurr attacks the closeout, finishes. Nice dump off by McCurr to Josh, and
Patience.
gets
Relocate.
it back the corner. 3 is no good, and so haven't seen him really assert himself offensively at Talk McCurr, but he has been a menace on the defensive end. See him here.
Wow.
Great defense, and Josh with the weak side block. McCurr pushing it. Fast break. Nice lefty pass. McMahon for 3. And he gets it to go. That is Jack McMahon with 22 points so far in this game. Absolutely shooting the lights out.
Wow. What a shooting display.
Yeah.
Titus.
Heron trying to answer back. He doesn't. McCurr with the rebound. Josh pushing. The big man going all the way up the floor. Thinks about it. Second guesses. McCurr needs a little ball screen. Pinned down. Here's Sutton. McCurr decides to take it himself and goes up, and it'll be a foul. 2 shots for McCurr. So the free throws are here for Atak McCurr. McCurr gets it to go, and so it's back to a 9-point game for Orangeville, keeping RNS at bay. Let's see if RNS can answer. Looking for the little split action. They get the ball into Dorsey. Dorsey's doubled, he kicks it out. Nation tries to attack, and it's stolen by Sutton. Fast break for Orangeville. Sutton going all the way, nice little spin, and it's blocked! Blocked by Ikpatoken. Nation, hair onto Nation, and he gets it. It's foul call. So 2 shots for Pharaoh Nation coming up. Try to cut into this Orangeville lead. First one is good. Both free throws go for Pharaoh Nation. He's got 17 in this one. Nice little pass by McMahon to Josh, and they extend the lead back to 9. Nation looking, kicking out. Heron thinks about it. They've got the mismatch in the post. They don't go to it. Ikpatoken muscles his way in for the dunk. John Ikpatoken. Jonah Munch back into the game. Josh in the post, looking, observing. Can Ikpatoken get the stop? He doesn't. Great finish by Josh there.
Nice move. Nice footwork.
They're calling for a flip, so that's the pin down stagger. No good for Heron. Sutton pushing. Nice little poke out. These RNS guards are really good with the poke outs in transition, so they can't give up the points. And so it's still a 9-point game. Orangeville keeping RNS at bay. 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Josh, post, entry. No good, and that's going to be a travel call. So RNS, let's see how they can chip away and get into this lead, you know, cut away.
That was still single-digit game.
Yep. Nation for 3, no good.
You hit a couple of those threes, and suddenly, you know, 1-possession game.
Yep.
Got to get stops, though.
Great steal by Ikpatoken. Nation pushing it, looking, surveying. Nice little spin, but maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, out of control on that one. Atak McCurr. Nice pass to Sutton, who attacks the closeout. Munch thinks about it. Back to McCurr. He thinks, drives, and finish. Titus Heron. Nice little step back. No good, and so the 3 balls aren't falling for RNS. Orangeville locking down on defense and battling on the inside, and they're up 11. We will be back for fourth quarter action here at Ridley College. And we're back here at Ridley College, NPA basketball. Orangeville Prep in their debut game, up 11 against RNS. RNS looking to get above 500 here, Joe. Here's Heron looking for Dorsey. Dorsey on the inside, trying to finish, and he does.
Nice move. Took the bump, went into him.
Atak McCurr, Johan Munch. Josh in the post, looking, battling. Nice finish there by Josh.
He's been extremely intriguing so far in this one. He's a 2024, standing at 6'10", hailing out of Western Australia, Perth.
So Johan Munch checking out of the game, and we got Kenny back in. Looking for that back door, and then turnover by RNS.
Ball came right over to us. Almost wanted to shoot it.
Hey, RNS would like that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so-
Atak McCurr, who has been the lead ball handler here for Orangeville in this game. Josh trying to battle in the post. McMahon, another three, and he is on fire, Joe. Absolutely scorching earth here. Jack McMahon with 24 points and counting as he is leading the way for Orangeville.
6 for 9 from beyond the arc.
Absolutely scorching earth. When a shooter gets that hot, it's like the rim is the size of the ocean.
You can just flick it and all mesh. Like it's like throwing a rock in the ocean. No better feeling.
Can't relate. Here's,
I've had a few of those in my men's league games.
Nice.
You know, you catch fire, whatever the case is, but this is a different level, of course.
Dorsey gets the finish too, so Greg Dorsey getting involved in this one down low. Atak McCurr, foul call on Rainer Glenn. So it's a 12-point game, but you know, that type of deficit is sort of misleading in these type of games because you know how they can kind of, it can be a quick comeback here if they make a couple threes. And when you look at Titus Heron, when you look at Pharaoh Nation, two guys who can knock down their shots.
2 threes each, and you know.
Absolutely,
different.
yeah.
Suddenly it's a tie game somehow.
Atak McCurr pushing it. Torian Lee. Yeah, he might have got away with that one. Oh, he's asking the coach to maybe not step in.
He's in his box. Yeah, you were referring to the travel that they got away with, right? Yeah, I saw that too.
So saved by the bell there.
Yep.
Atak McCurr. Nice dribble handoff to Elijah Sutton. Josh looking for the back door, can't find it. Here's Kenny for a three. No good. So he's been off today, but McMahon has made up for it.
Yeah, they're different
Rainer
teams when
Glenn.
he's hitting the shots.
No good. Ik Patokin battling for the rebound, and Sutton.
Nice.
Great hustle by Sutton here.
There he is.
Josiah Sutton.
That dog again, and they're running with a 3-guard lineup right now with Lee, McCurr, and Sutton.
Atak McCurr, nice hesitation.
Good hands again. We talked about the poke outs, right?
Yeah.
Great instincts. Timing. I think instincts and feel are the most underrated skills when we're talking about just basketball players in general.
Yeah.
Because it's so like intangible almost, and it's such a thing where it's such a fine detail where like it's like if you know type of thing, right? When you're watching a player.
Absolutely.
When they just make quick decisions, like there's certain things they can do, whether it's with their footwork, like stuff like that, right? Like different types of footwork, different ways of creating separation, you know.
Dorsey Goes all the way, and that's going to be a charge. So the game is kind of slipping away for RNS here, but again, it's close. It's 12, and that's more than enough to keep them in this one. Johan Munch coming back into the game. Subbing out is Atak McCurr. So going back to that two-guard lineup of Torian Lee and Josiah Sutton. Torian Lee getting some instructions from his coach. Talking about leak outs and going to the ball. Lee to Munch. Dribble handoff. Sutton attacking, looking for Munch. Munch in the post, doubled, steal. It's going to be a foul. Looking for Munch in the post again is Orangeville Prep, and Josh attacking, driving, hook shot, no good. Dorsey with the rebound, Nick Patokin bringing up the ball. Heron looking for the pick and roll. See if he can hit the roller. He does, but it's
a little strong.
A little strong, and that's going to be turnover or just out of bounds. RNS ball. It seems like Kenny might have, maybe jammed a finger there. It is going to be Orangeville ball. So
great pick and roll defense that time. Force the turnover.
Torian Lee now pushing. Munch trying to see if there's a backdoor pass. There isn't. They kick it back out. Munch for three, and he gets it. Johan Munch up to 19 points in this game, and he has been dominating on both sides of the ball.
It's been an efficient outing for him as well.
Heron gets the foul call.
I don't think Munch has taken a bad shot all game or really made any bad decisions at that. Just
8 of 8 from the free throw line, 4 of 5 on twos. He just made a 3. Johan Munch with 19 points, 4 rebounds, couple of assists, a block and a steal.
Oh, 8 for 8 from the line. That's impressive.
Absolutely. Guy that size, being able to hit that shot, very, very important.
Shout out to the Swish app by NBN Basketball. Revolutionary, completely changed, a lot of things when it comes to stats coverage and not having to utilize paper stats and having basically these stats at access of our hands right now on our phones. And, say, all the fans watching from New Brunswick supporting RNS, they can keep along with the stats while they're watching at home, and then they have the live stream on the YouTube. So it's a big plus for sure, even for teams, maybe they go to the half, and I'm not sure they do, but if they go to the halftime, they can say, okay, guys, they can even look at shot charts and say, guys, we're making a percentage of our shots on the left wing, for example, right? So there's a lot that goes into that, a lot of value.
Heron gets the rebound at Patokin, trying to get it, no good, and Orangeville back with the ball. It's a 15-point game and trying to expand their lead. Here's Josiah Sutton. McMahon back into the game. McMahon has 27 points in this one. Munch, an efficient, nice little pass to Josh, but a little bit too much on that one. RNS. Let's see if they can make a late push here. Rainer Glenn in the post. White, no good. Oh, it was good.
This has been a defensive quarter for the most part, though.
Has been. Sutton for 3. That's off the mark. Heron pushing, looking to get inside, and Heron, no call, but it's tipped out, and it'll be RNS ball. Faro Nation coming back into the game. Livingston coming back into the game.
5.5 left, still plenty of time. 13-point lead. It's been at that 12-13 range for a while now. So RNS is one run away from tying this game up.
Making this interesting.
Gamer
Here's
runs.
Livingston for 3, and maybe nope.
But of course, Orangeville being a little short-handed. That fatigue is probably setting in at this point of the game. Only being 7 guys here, really. So they've done a great job of keeping their intensity high. Coach Larry Blunt's made quick rotations. Ball sails out of bounds.
So turnovers hurting RNS here a little bit, trying to get back into this game. Still 5:22 left as they take a timeout to talk things over. We will be back at Ridley College after these messages.
Yes, sir.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Orangeville Prep trying to get their first dub here in the NPA. Up 13. Midway through the 4th quarter, Jack McMahon, who's been scorching hot. Can he get this one to go? He does not, but Josh gets the rebound and cleans it up. Josh Ibn Kulawala. Here's Jonik Patokin. Livingston.
That was
good.
off.
Lee pushing the ball up, looking for Johan Munch. Nice little dump off, and Munch gets that block, but it'll be a foul call, and Munch going to the free throw line, I believe. So great interior passing by Josh and Munch, and this Orangeville team working together, really looking fluid. Loving some of the interior passing. I love big-to-big passing, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
Guys who can put the ball on the floor, make some passes, especially at the forward and big spots. Those are the types of guys that can be special moving forward. Munch gets the first free throw to go. Johan Munch has shot 10 free throws and has made 10 free throws. That is impressive by a big man of his size as he subs out.
For sure. Very impressive game, very efficient game. Showcasing high sense of skill and feel. He had a few post moves that impressed us.
Yep.
He had a few defensive plays that impressed us.
Herod for 3. No good. Rebound. Battling. No. It'll be a foul call. That's Aaron Wasserman.
Arness struggled to get the lid off the basket.
Yeah.
For a few minutes now.
And now Orangeville's lead is expanding, Joe.
Yeah. Good fight from RNS for about 2.5 quarters.
Yeah.
More or less.
I think Orangeville's game plan was just more sound in this one.
Yeah.
they had a strategy, you know, limiting paint touches, limiting rim touches on the defensive end. On offense, they were working through their big guys. Yeah. McMahon lit the team up with 27. Yeah. He was awesome in this one, just could not miss. And, yeah, the little miscommunication there from Orangeville Prep, and Dorsey gets probably his easy basket of the tournament.
Shacked in a fool.
Josh to McCurr, swing pass, good movement, go ball movement. Lee, Sutton settles into a mid-range jump shot, no good. Josh with the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Lee, who drives, finds Josh. Josh hooking, no good. And so some good looks for Orangeville, but couldn't get them to fall.
Still time for a run, for sure.
If they want to make a run, they got to make it now. Yeah. Rainer Glenn inside, a lot of contact, nothing. See if Pharaoh Nation can keep them going. Nice up and under. It's going to be 2 shots for Pharaoh Nation.
Yeah, he might have got away with the travel.
Maybe a little one, tiny one. So a lot of people in the crowd are demanding a travel call.
Demanding it, right?
Yes.
The nerve.
Nation gets the free throw. Johan Munch checking back into the game, it seems. Nation. So Pharaoh Nation cuts the lead to 14 with 3:31 left. There is still time. Pharaoh Nation with 18 points tonight. Titus Heron with 15. Greg Dorsey with 17 of his own. And not much else from anybody else offensively, but let's see if they can maybe make a last-ditch effort here. And Orangeville Prep. McMahon looked like he hurt himself on that possession. Here's Wasserman who gets the steal and the foul call. And McMahon writhing in pain. Might have jammed his finger there. Probably did. I've experienced that 1 or 2 times myself.
The worst.
Yeah. I actually dislocated both of my pinkies playing basketball.
At the same time?
At the same time, yeah. It was excruciating, actually, ladies and gentlemen.
Was it jammed by a ball, like a hard pass?
Yes, yeah, a hard pass. You got to keep it to your chest, and I did, but my pinky fingers just said, no, that was too strong of a pass for us.
Some more calcium.
I need more calcium. So McMahon checking out. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's nothing more than a jammed finger, but he will get checked out here. Josh checks back in. Kunalua. Johan Munch. And so it's a 12-point game with 3 minutes left. Let's see. RNS can make a final push here. They got to make their shots, though, and get some stops on the defensive end. Maybe they did now. Johan to McCurr, thinks about it. Pass to Lee, it's a little bit off. He's off balance, finds Munch in the post, a steal. RNS pushing, is this the run? Nation, layup, and he gets it to go. The lead is now 10, ladies and gentlemen, with 2:49 left. Can RNS come back in this game? Lee bringing the ball up. The clock is their advantage at this point, right? Orangeville is going to take their time with every offensive possession. Sure. Lee looking, assessing, breaking it down. Here's Sutton, Josiah Sutton, all the way,
nice
little hop, step, finish.
Beautiful.
Elite basketball right there.
2 feet into the paint, and if you're Orangeville, that's the guy who you want to put the ball in his hands at the end of a game because he can make so many things happen.
Big bucket there by Sutton. Nation looking in the pick and roll. Might need a 3 on this possession, but don't want to force it. That's a good look. Rainer Glenn for 3, no good. And that might have been the opportunity there for RNS. McCurr almost loses it to Josh. Munch for 3, he'll take it. Won't make it, but you like the opportunity, and you like the shooting stroke too.
For sure, that looked really good.
Nation. Wasserman loses it. Josh steals it, hits it out of bounds on RNS, and it will be Orangeville basketball. So Orangeville ball, 12-point game. 1:38 left in this one. Couple of substitutions here for RNS as Wasserman and Dorsey check out. Ikpatoken checks back in. Irving checks back in.
And it was that third quarter drought from RNS that really did a number on them.
Yeah.
Because other than that little stretch, like right now, their energy's picked back up. In the beginning of the game, it was up. Just that little stretch, Orangeville was able to take advantage of. They built a double-digit lead on the verge of closing it out.
Little motion basketball here from Orangeville. Sutton to
pass,
McCurr,
right again.
nice pass. Can't get it to go, but that is the work of Josiah Sutton right there. And Nation for three, trying to answer back quickly, and he does. And so they cut the lead to 9. RNS trying to press. Lee, ooh, slides there, and maybe a little scab tomorrow morning, but
You gotta leave it on the floor.
gotta leave it all on the floor.
Battle
man.
wounds.
So 78-69, 101 left. If you're RNS, you're looking for forcing a turnover here. Actually, it'll be free throws by Lee, maybe to extend this lead.
Timeout.
And a timeout by RNS. So we'll be back real quick to finish off this game here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at Ridley College. Beautiful campus. Honestly shocked me when I walked in. I was taken away by how massive it was. Imagine I had an elementary school or a high school that this big. They really have outdone themselves here. But, you know, the basketball has been good too, folks. Orangeville Prep and RNS battling it out here. RNS has kind of faltered here as Orangeville Prep has separated themselves in the second half. Big part of that has been Johan Munch. Sutton to Munch to Josh. Dunk doesn't go. Miss, tip in, can't go. Pushing it in transition. Heron and the block by McCurr. What a block. Sutton the other way, and he finishes. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful play by Orangeville to finish this game.
Wow. Oh, there's Maker. Man. Does so many things. Like he's like
McCurr is like, he kind of, this is weird. I don't want to do NBA comps all the time, but Chris Dunn, you know, just the
I was
the
thinking
activity
Sean Livingston, like with the land,
that.
like those type of guards, right?
Yeah,
that do everything.
Yes.
Like they might not go off for 30, but they do everything else at a high level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he's got length. He's
Hound
got
on the defensive end.
Man.
The point of attack stuff has been so impressive from Atak McCurr, and he's growing clearly as a ball handler too.
He's got another year left,
Sutton.
2025.
So it looks like Orangeville is going to walk away with this one, ladies and gentlemen. You know, See if they can get the point differential down, and the 3 is no good. And
Do it.
Orangeville Nation for 3, and he gets it to go. So Pharaoh Nation gets this one to be a 9-point game. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Orangeville Prep gets their first win in the NPA. Atak McCurr, one of the big reasons. Johan Munch, another big reason. And Jack McMahon,
Josiah
who
Sutton, yep.
put up 27.
Sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
you're all
you know,
good.
they
All
had a
good.
lot of guys, right?
A lot of guys.
Gotta shout them all out.
Right. Everybody dominated on the Orangeville side. RNS had some good play as well. And so, Orangeville wins this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in to NPA basketball. We appreciate you as always, and we will see you tomorrow for more NPA action.
Back at it, 2 p.m.
Yes, sir. Take care.
Peace.